said standard with the 7-0 away from home. You must be pretty confident you can get another good one, not as good as others.
Yeah, hopefully, but we won't take them lightly. We know they're a strong team. You don't get to the group stage of Champions League without being a strong side. I think we performed very well on the night, and I don't think they performed to their standards. So, if I was in their dressing room, I know they want to put that right. And obviously, coming to Anfield, it's another game again and a special occasion. So, we have to be on top of our game, make sure we perform the same, set the same tempo that we did last time, and come out all guns blazing.
Good performance, good win at the weekend for you guys. Is there still a little bit of a point to prove though after the Spurs game? Are you guys still hurting a little bit from that?
I think obviously it's nice to bounce back with a win. We knew it'd be a tough game at the weekend, especially after the first seconds really, and they just sat back in the shape. We knew it'd be tough to break them down, that they were strong defensively, and it was down to us to do that. First half we probably didn't create enough and missed the opportunity, but I think the character the boys shown to bounce back and perform second half and come out with a good win was a good response to the Spurs game. Obviously that was disappointing, but I think the first part of the season we know we can improve in various areas, and we want to look to do that.
Are you enjoying being back in the midfield?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously last season was asked to do a job and did that as well as I could. And I said at the time I don't enjoy playing there. I didn't like it, but the team always comes first, and you do what's asked of you, and that is always the case. But definitely felt myself enjoying my football again in the midfield this year, and nice. Just want to get out there and contribute as much as I can to the side.
Okay, Pete.
James, how important is momentum for you? Because everybody expects a win tomorrow, but in terms of building up win after win after win, and ideally in the Premier League catching your own cup City, how important is momentum?
Yeah, it's very important. It's something which is pretty hard to get in this stage of the season with the international break every 4 weeks. So, that doesn't help, I don't think. But it'd be nice to finish off this week with 2 more wins and then get through that break. And then you are in a phase of the season where there are a lot of games, obviously, over Christmas and Christmas coming up and things like that. So it is a chance to get more of the momentum going. But, we're early stages in the season, and like I said, we've shown glimpses, we've had injuries, things like that, but I think we're waiting for it all to click, and I think we've shown that in Maribor. When it does, it's pretty devastating, but we have to get that consistency and make sure we do it on a more consistent basis.
And if you're running loads of goals in against a team, possibly the weakest team in the group, does that not matter? Is it just a case of you scoring goals that's bound to help the confidence?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about putting in a good performance. Ultimately, it's about getting the 3 points. That's the most important thing. If you can score goals as well, great. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be an easy game. It's important that we're ready to match that effort levels and break them down. I'm sure they're going to defend in numbers again and maybe look to hit us on the break. So it's important that we're solid at the back, and when we are attacking, we keep that back door shut. But I think the group is a strange one already. You've seen that there's a mixture of results and anything can happen, so it could go down to goal difference as well. So it's important that we do stay focused and put in a good performance and hopefully get a good result.
Okay, Sam.
James, we've had 3 games in a row now starting in central midfield. Is it a case of readjusting back to that position after playing the whole of last season?
Yeah, obviously I've played there in training, but there's nothing like playing in games as well. So yeah, it might take the odd game to get fully up to being 100% comfortable in there, or make it feel like normal. But like I said before, I'm just enjoying being in there and just want to contribute, and hopefully I can get around the field and contribute at both ends of the field.
One more.
Yeah, well, tomorrow night obviously back at Anfield. How big can the fans make it tomorrow? Obviously the last game was a comfortable win, but is it important for us to have a good atmosphere?
Yeah, definitely. I think European nights are always special at Anfield. There's not too many places in the world like it, and that atmosphere makes a massive difference. And I think it is important. Obviously, people expect us to win, but we have to do the job, and they are going to come out and want to put on their best performance as well, and that'll make it a lot tougher than it was last time out there. So we need to stay focused, but to have the crowd behind us and have that great atmosphere on a European night at Anfield is always special and helps the players.
Okay, Dom.
Just give us an idea of how frustrating personally was the start of the season was for you in terms of the lack of minutes that you've got and have been used to?
Yeah, very frustrating. Every player wants to play football, and that's what I want to do. And you know, the manager picks a team, and if it's not happening, you have to try force your way in there, and then when you do get a chance, if you do get a chance, try take it. And you know, I played the last 3 games. Hopefully, I've done enough to try stake a claim for that shirt. And you know, we've got so many games and such a talented squad of players. There's going to be rotation. There's going to be changes, injuries, suspensions, things like that. But as an individual, you just want to perform as well as you can and get that chance to perform. And then, you know, obviously, it's down to the managers to pick the team.
I mean, did the manager speak to you about it, or because there was obviously some messages in the summer, and clubs would have probably been looking at you in January and thinking if he's not playing, we might be able to take him away, but clearly the club wasn't like that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think obviously at the start of the season the manager pulled me in and said, you know, he's looking at me more in the midfield now, which I was obviously delighted with, and then didn't play too much after that. But you know, after that it's down to me to force my way into the team, if you like. The manager's always got to pick a team, and like I said, he's got a tough decision every time he picks that team, because we've got a talented group of players and competition for places. So, you know, for me as a player, you just want that chance to be able to show, and you know, I think over the years in my career, hopefully I've done enough to get a chance, and now I've played a few games this year. I just want to keep improving and keep contributing to the side.
Okay. Gentleman at the back of the room.
A few of the Maribor players said that they were most impressed with your performance, with the individual performances in the match with Maribor. Anybody stand out on the Maribor side 2 weeks ago?
It's a hard question to answer that, obviously, because of the result. You know, I don't think any of their players perform the best, really, and they'll know that. I'm sure we'll see a very different side tonight, and nobody will be surprised of that. But I think it's important as a team of ourselves, we have to make sure that we concentrate on our job and do our side of the work and work hard and play well. If we do that, we know that we have the quality to win the game. But we are expecting to see a very different Maribor side.
Okay. Any final questions for James? Yeah.
Can I ask you about, have you trained at all with the young lad Ian Brewster who scored a goal? What's the name?
Yeah, I've on the international breaks and things, we have games now, and played with him a few times last year, and this year he's definitely a talent. As you can see, he can score goals, which is the hardest thing to do in football, and a lot of pace, good lad as well. He wants to listen and learn, and that's half the battle, I think. So amazing what they've gone out there and done. You know, great to watch it. We had it on in the dressing room, the final after our game at the weekend, and you know, giving Alberto Moreno a bit of stick at the same time as well. But it was great to see them do well. They've done us proud, and obviously it's amazing for England youth teams that the performances they've put in the World Cup, and great for us as a national team coming through.
Also, I know Jürgen did want to speak about the Lovren situation.
Yeah, no, it's not for the player.
Yeah, I wasn't
No.
too sure whether Rudy was there or not.
No,
That's
I'll leave
fine.
that there. Okay. Any final questions?
James, just wondering, where do you see the team at the moment? When we spoke to last year, obviously we're in the Champions League, and you've obviously got a previous good experience. Is it just inevitable would be maybe a little bit of a slight dip compared to where you were a year ago with that in the two competitions? Is that just something that the team has done evolve in that way?
I wouldn't necessarily tie it in together. I think, you know, the start of the season we haven't been as consistent as we'd liked, and the performances in the league or results haven't been as good as we would have liked. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say that's down to the Champions League, to be honest. I think that's us maybe not starting the season as well as we wanted. You know, losing a few players injury. Adam Lallana, I think, is obviously a big miss for us. He sets the tempo for us both ways, and Phil obviously having the odd injuries and things like this. So it's been a bit disruptive, and the international breaks. You know, every team has it, so I don't want to make it excuses, and that's our reason why. But you know, there's all these little factors. So I won't say it's the European football thing. I just think it's we haven't hit our stride yet, and I think we all know when we do, we can beat absolutely anyone out there. So it's important that we find that and keep improving and moving forward as a team.